Good morning and welcome to day number 3 on our excellent adventure. Here we're in the St. Lawrence Seaway, and as you can see by the waves outside, it's a rough one today. Waves are churning a good bit and the ship is going real slow to try to stay a little more stable, but it's rocking a good bit. If they have water in the pool, I'll show you in a second, but they may have drained that today. You can say it's a cold, foggy, rainy day today, so kind of dreary. I'll take you around on the ship and show you some of the important highlights around the ship, and also take a look at the Navigator app. We'll video a little bit of that, so that's something that you'll want to download before you get on the ship. As you can see, it's raining and big seas everywhere.
And this is where we are in the world today. We're still in Canada, but going around the tip of Maine, heading toward Prince Edward Island. That's our stop tomorrow.
It feels like the pool has calmed down a little bit. It was a whole lot rockier down toward the bottom of the ship, I think. But it may have just calmed down a little bit because the pool is full and it's not rocking too bad. The ship is rocking a little bit more than I think the pool is. The polar bears seem to like the weather that we're having because it's in the 30s outside. Last night there was sleet falling. Also, we had another weird thing happen on the ship last night. Just at bedtime, an all call for blood. There was a passenger that needed blood last night and went out over the intercom, and the ship responded. There was about 60 to 70 people that responded to give blood. Not sure what went on there, but the ship is taking care of its own.
And seeing the weather's bad, I'm going to walk around today and show you some of the common areas of the ship. We'll start off on deck 10. That's where the main thing is, the crow's nest. That's about all that's on this floor.
One of the points of interest, the place that we love going, is the crow's nest. This is an observation area at the very front of the ship. Here you can find all kinds of things to do. They have games to set up on the boards for those long voyages, and guests are also putting together puzzles. So all these are puzzles that are in progress. The games, at night they have music. We saw a fellow playing here last night. At the front of the ship is a wraparound observation area. So you can come up here and see all the sights around the ship. So today, not a whole lot to look at because it's a stormy day, but people are still here looking at the waves. Also in this area, they have a coffee espresso bar, and at night it turns into a regular bar. But the prices here aren't extremely bad. As you can see by the prices here, prices of coffee. And also in this area is the art studio. So they'll have different art activities going on in here. And it's a pretty big area. They're cleaning up and getting ready for the first thing going on today, which is usually painting. So this is the crow's nest.
Next, we'll walk one floor down. Deck number 9. At the front of the ship is a spa and fitness center. We won't go in there to disturb anybody. And just in the back in the middle is the Lido deck. We'll take a look there. And the further back is the Lido market. Don't want to disturb anybody getting breakfast, so we'll skip that.
Back on floor 9, this is the Lido deck on floor 9 toward the middle of the ship. This is the same place where that you saw us looking at the middle pool. On the other side of the bears are Tai Chi class. Here we have 2 hot tubs right at the back of the pool. And for the lunch hour, they have dive-in burgers. So this is burgers made to order. So you don't just go and pick up a burger like on Carnival. You order it, they cook it to order, and give you a pager. And when your pager goes off, it's ready. So there they have hamburgers and hot dogs, that kind of outing. And then back on this side, we just have a big bar. But if you notice, the weather's bad outside, and what they have done is close the retractable roof. So the roof can open and close as needed. Right now, seeing it's freezing cold, gusty winds, they've closed everything up, and it's bearable inside here now. So a retractable roof center pool area.
And the bar here is a regular bar whenever it opens, but it's closed for breakfast, so that's what I'm walking around. Next, we'll go all the way down to deck 1 and work our way up from there.
And the atrium here, you have a few things that are down here. The future cruise desk over on this side, where you can book future cruises and get a credit on that cruise right on the ship. And the bottom of the big staircase. Also, you have brochures from different cruises. And then on this side, guest services. And the only other thing that is on this floor is rooms. So not a whole lot on this floor. This is the small atrium that they have. This is a 3-story atrium. This is floor number 1. So this is the main showroom. This stretches from deck number 1, which has little entrances on the side. So if you're handicapped, that'd be the place that I would go to, is deck number 1, coming into the side entrance of the theater. Deck 2 is at the top of these stairs. So there's the second floor. And then there's a third entrance on floor 3. And the stage is pretty big for here. So they have movable seats right in the middle, and then all the other are fixed seats. So we'll start walking toward the back of the ship on deck number 2. We showed you deck 1, which has a customer service and a future cruise desk. So we'll walk from front of the ship to the back of the ship. And just past the front theater is the casino. So the casino goes from one side of the ship to the other. A whole bunch of table games, slot machines. Other thing that we have over here are a few bars. We have billboard onboard, and at the back of the bar is or back of billboard onboard is a little bar. So right at the back of the club. It won't take as long to get a drink. And here they have the piano set in the center. Sometimes they'll play the piano. This is where they have a lot of game shows, things like that. There's also a little meeting room back over here that you saw where that we had the Facebook meet and greet. And we'll continue this walking along the hallway. A good idea of the size of the waves. And you could also see how slow that we're going still. Not going very fast because of the size of the waves. This is another lounge that they have, the Rolling Stone Lounge. Right now they have the questions and answer going on in there.
Let's not say that in church anymore, Marcella. So,
The Rolling Stone Lounge. Next we come to the center atrium, and there is a Club Orange dining room on that side. So that's for suites and people who pay a lot more than we do. So that would be on that side of the atrium. This side is another little seating area. The Pinnacle Bar.
But the thing they're thinking
And we start getting into a few of the shops. Carry Aloha. I know that brand very well. Every shirt that I wear is pretty much Carry Aloha. Some of the logo merchandise. Next, we'll come back to another little area on the side. This one, another piano. And they play all kinds of music in this area too. Have little seminars in here. All kinds of little performances in this area. Again, this is the area where they have all the fresh flowers. So whenever you come through here, you smell the fresh flowers as you walk by. And then we end up all the way at the back dining room. So we're not going to go in there because people are eating. We don't want to disturb them. So we'll just head on up to deck number 3. Now we're on deck number 3. This is the upper floor of the dining room. It has 2 floors. The bottom floor we just looked at on deck number 2. This is the entrance for deck number 3. We'll start walking around toward the front. Deck number 3 also has a track around the outside. So we'll go do a little walking later on, get some exercise in. We're eating way too much. But you can see over here a little of the track. Goes around the edge, people are walking now. Whenever that you walk, you also get all your little exercise in. So looking at the ocean. This is the photo studio where you can take all your pictures. So we'll probably be here later on today, taking us some pictures to keep, and you can buy video mementos of your trip.
And when we passed this called iris photography, well, that intrigued me a whole lot. So we went back and took a picture of our eyes. So this is Cheryl and I's eyes, zoomed in through the lens of a camera.
So the iris scan is around $69, but they sent a little coupon to our door so that we get $20 off. So that means that it's only $49. And you end up with a picture of your eyes, kind of like this. Neat idea. Anyway, continuing on our little journey, we'll start going toward the front of the ship. So this is the front. And you can see they're doing some deep cleaning in this area. This is back into the center atrium, but this time at the very top. So deck number 3. Come look off on the side. Another venue for entertainment. So they're scattered all throughout the ship. I think there's probably about 6 or 7 entertainment areas. And we're back into the shops, the jewelry store. So we'll have to come back with these folks in just a second. Lots of shops in this area. So we have over here perfumes on this side. So you get perfumes at a discount. Small shop in the middle. Then on this side, a logo store where all kinds of goods are. And this side, the jewelry. Okay. The music is going in the jewelry store. We'll keep on going. This is the higher end jewelry over here. This is the booth where you make a reservation to come see the jewelry in the vault. So they have stuff that isn't on display. You can make a reservation for and come check out at a later time. Last night there was an on-call for blood. This area was packed. We have this room, which was full of people. The hallway was full of people. The library and the card room was all full of people donating blood. Like I say, probably the call went out at about 10 o'clock. I came down at about 10:10, and there were probably 60 people or better waiting to donate blood. So a good call for blood on the ship with a medical emergency. And I have never been down this little hallway. We'll see where this goes to. All the awards for the ship. A secret hallway. That goes down to the stairwell below. So, not much to that. And we are coming up again to the showroom. Right here at the front, the world stage is what they call it. But this time we're coming in on the third floor, the top deck. So the world stage, and now you've seen decks
1, 2, 3, 9, and 10.
Explorer's Lounge, the crow's nest, on deck 10. Today's project in the art room is drawing some small birds. So we've got a group of people doing watercolors in the art gallery. So this is an expert drawing birds on a rocking ship. Your bird looks like a Ukrainian flag.
And the art classes are free. It's on a first come, first serve basis. So just go down there a little bit early and sign up. So it's totally free and it's pretty fun. If nothing else, it's definitely relaxing for a sea day. Next, I'll attend a seminar on the local fishing culture in New England.
Or in parts of Asia, won't go to Paris quite yet, you can get a McRice burger. I know, a chicken or beef burger sandwiched between pressed rice. In France, you might get le croque monsieur, basically a croque monsieur or ham and cheese sandwich. Now in New England or on the east coast of Canada, you can sometimes get a lobster roll. Want to guess what it's called?
McLobster.
Big lobster, exactly. Original, isn't it? Now, in French Canada, it's actually called the McHoma, or Homa is French for lobster. And that's how much people love lobster here. It has happened. Demand for the crustacean is higher than ever. But if we go back a few hundred years, the picture couldn't be any more different. Now, in the 1600s, in the days of the Pilgrims, lobsters were abundant and so easy to catch. You could just wade out during low tide and pick up 5 to 10 pounds of lobster.
And at noon every day, the captain comes on with his weather forecast and announcements. This is a typical day.
It's located at 17 nautical miles south of Ile de Anticosti, with the closest land on our port bow 16 nautical miles out. You will find Isle de Madeleine. Ile de Madeleine. On a steady course, steering 168 in south-southeasterly directions, crossing within the middle of the Gulf of St. Lawrence, with at the moment 60 meters, 196 feet of water underneath the keel, making 9.5 knots over ground. Quite a low speed is actually mandated out here by Transport Canada between April and November for a maximum speed of 10 knots to protect the North Atlantic right whales from being hit by ships. Since noon yesterday, we sailed at 251 nautical miles to reach our next port of call, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, for tomorrow morning. Still another 192 nautical miles to cover. We're within the final approaches, calling upon the local pilot station already by 5:30 a.m., aiming to be docked with the gangway ready for you to proceed ashore by 7 a.m., and that is tomorrow morning. Weather and sea conditions: overcast, rainy, temperatures 3 Celsius, 37 Fahrenheit, gale force winds from the northwest in from our starboard quarter 35 knots at times, 7 to 8 on scale of 4. Rough seas, moderate swells, where you will find the ship handling these waves and seas very well. Running at all times are ship stabilizers. For last to picture, on either side of the ship, large wings 4 meters underneath the waterline. Midships, where you will find the scenic elevators, each 6 meters in length, gyro stabilized, able to compensate up to 85% of the rolling effects. Looking ahead for the next 24 hours, winds and seas to only ease off upon turning southwest, where Charlottetown forecasts sunny blue skies for tomorrow.
Some of the more healthy options on board. A salad made to order. Whoa, that's a nice salad. All the condiments up there. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Lion. Who needs Disney? And finally, the sun has come out. At least mostly out. Kind of the overhang is blocking it a little bit, but we could see the birds flying around, catching the sail off of the ship. They're soaring around, catching the draft off the wind that the ship creates. But the sun is out. Hadn't warmed up at all, and the wind is still howling. But at least we have sun now. No rain.
And more importantly, it's dinner time. Cheryl starts off with a crab bisque, and I'll have the escargot. They're buried underneath the cheese, the snails are. But then I'll have my Caesar salad as typical, and somehow the menu didn't transfer over correct. Cheryl and I both had the beef tenderloin with shrimp. Of course, the menu says crab cake, but it was definitely shrimp on the menu. And the desserts were totally off. Cheryl had the cookies and cream cake on the dessert, and I had from the no sugar menu. This is a caramel cake, and I'm not sure how you make caramel with no sugar added. When we returned to the room, we had a nice letter from the captain thanking us for volunteering to donate blood, along with some treats, so the kitchen staff has been busy today. Then we go to the showroom for a captain's toast. This is where everybody gets wine, and he sells some ship facts.
Currently on board, 1,540 guests, 800 crew members, in all well over 40 nationalities. 800 crew members all working together, and tonight I would like to introduce to you some of those leading the teams on board.
We are all having ginger ale, just to let you know. We have to drive the ship later, some of us. So, thank you all for coming out. This has been our captain's welcome. We all hope you have an amazing trip with us. And we can't wait to see you over this week. Now, we will have Breton Thunder beginning in just a few minutes, so stay put, and I'll be back up in just a few. Cheers!
Cheers.
We Johnny boys, we're all bound away. Sometimes we're bound to Liverpool, sometimes we're bound to Spain. Heave away, we Johnnies, heave away. But now we're bound to roll St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, we Johnny boys, we're all bound away. I will wait for you. I am lifted, when I'm up I can't get down, can't get level, when I'm up I can't get down, get my feet back on the ground, when I'm up I can't get down, can't get level, when I'm up I can't get down, get my feet back on the ground, just need something to find it, something to wind me up. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a month, I've been drunk since I left, and these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I ain't home for a rest. Take me home!
And when we return to our room, we have a new towel animal friend waiting for us.
And the flavor for the tea tonight, blueberry. If you wonder how I pack so many flavors of tea, well, I label them and then put them in a Ziploc bag and pack my little container. So that way I have about 5 different flavors of tea for the trip and a bunch of different types. So at the end of the trip, I find a nice worker and they receive all the extra tea that I have. So blueberry is the tea tonight. And no cruise is complete without a good sunset. And this appears to be a good one.
I always say, pick one night of your cruise to watch the sun go down. It's amazing with all the colors and changes. And believe it or not, you can see the sun move. Whenever it's up in the sky, it's too bright, you can't see anything. But as it goes down on the horizon, you can actually see it move. So we always set aside at least one night to watch the sun go down. And tonight's no different. Pretty sunset as we end on Holland America's Zuiderdam. Hopefully you've enjoyed another relaxing sea day as we make our way to Prince Edward Island and Charlottetown. There we have a few activities through Viator planned. So as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you again. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or hit the thumbs up. Both are free and it helps us get out to more people. Thanks for watching.